Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Yes, today is the day that we head to Hampden, and as the manager says, it's been a long time coming round this time for us to get to Hampden. Listen to the boss from yesterday and see what he's saying. We'll get a reaction to the Celtic media conference yesterday.
No, Dyson's still out. We just have to see over the remainder of the weeks left to see if he plays any part, but certainly won't be tomorrow.
He's not going to play the end of the season, is he?
Liam Scales back available in the squad, which is really good news for us. And apart from that, we're pretty much the same.
How are you feeling ahead of this semi-final?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Had to wait a long time to get back to
Yeah.
Hampden this time, so yeah. The Scottish Cup is a competition that's it's very rich in its history, of course, and especially for a club like Celtic, having won it 41 times, the memories created in this competition over the years are
Yep.
are iconic for the club. So
Yes.
so for us to be able to take that step with another opportunity to win it, I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Been to many Scottish Cups at Hampden, and it's got to say, it is the best way. You want to win the Scottish Cup. You want to be in the final, because getting to the final, the last game of the season, it kind of sets you up for the summer. And I know a lot of guys head over to Palma, to Mallorca and stuff, and Santa Ponza straight after the cup final weekend. They head there for a little retreat and then look back on the season. But it's one of those games that always in the Celtic history. It's a fantastic away day. Even today, Hampden for the semi-final. I can remember back when I used to run the bus, and you'd always get booked into a pub, get booked into a hotel, and get some entertainment, get some food, get you set up for the day. And all the buses are probably leaving early. They're probably leaving just now, so they're through Hampden really early on today.
Yeah. No, our training rehearsals have been great this week. I just think everyone's on the same page. We've got players back available. The quality in the training, the speed in the training has been absolutely superb. And yeah, it's this time of the season where, like I said, a club like ourselves comes alive with the anticipation and the opportunity to win titles. So that's something that I found here my first time, and I feel it here again this time.
Absolutely fantastic. The manager feels it this time. He does that. And Brendan Rodgers was then asked about his first time at Celtic, and it's funny because all the shark's teeth and Brenda comments have suddenly disappeared from that lot, haven't they? Yes, the shark teeth got his pal Crocodile to come and get them in Dundee, didn't he? Anyway, let's listen to the Celtic manager and see exactly what he has been saying to the players and telling them about the importance of getting to this and his feelings about Hampden.
Which was, yeah, it's... when you come to a club like this here, there's an expectation to win. I know now the feeling is much greater now. When I was first here, I felt leading into that first League Cup semi-final, there was a wee bit of trepidation around playing at Hampden. But as I said at that time, it's if you're going to become winners, then we got to start enjoying it.
Yes.
And you enjoy it by playing well and winning. So that's always been my focus going into these games, looking to perform. Of course, there's big anticipation around them, there's big pressure, but go and embrace that and look to perform. And in the main, any time I've went there, I've always felt the team has really performed to a really high level, on a technical level and a tactical level. So same message. We go there, we respect Aberdeen. It's not been a great season for them in terms of league and changes of manager. But any semi-final is always a tough game. So
it is always a tough game at Hampden, but you just get that feeling that Celtic are coming together at the right time. I've got that feeling that I had when Brendan was here the first time. You've got that anticipation that something great is about to happen. And you get that feeling from the support, and you get that feeling from the fans that are still going to games, and my mates that are still going to games. And just the atmosphere that's coming, you just get a feeling for it. And I think we're on for a double. Let's get over today, first of all. Let's get over today. But I think that something special is in the cards for Celtic come the 25th of May.
But we're ready for it.
Yes, we are ready for it. We are ready for it, Brent. He was then asked about Aberdeen and the fact that their season has been so woeful. Could this be one of the games where they actually pick up the sort of momentum and try and say, "They look." Even though it's only been a bad season when you look at the league position, they did quite well in Europe. But could this be the game that kind of makes their season a bit more enjoyable? Brendan Rodgers then said this.
Well, it's certainly one that we have to expect. A tough game, and any team that gets to the semi-final is there with an opportunity to get to a final. So I envisage Peter and his team will look to take the opportunity. For us, really, it's our focus is on ourselves, looking at our own performance, and I'm very much have that focus in on that. Nothing else really other than preparing for this game. And as I said, our training this week, the intensity and the whole mentality and feel has been really good. So now we've got to take that into the game tomorrow.
Interesting. Anyway, what do you think the team will be today, and what do you think that the score will be? Celtic have obviously got that motivation of Joe Hart retiring. Joe Hart will want to do his all to make sure that Celtic get to the final of the Scottish Cup, because he wants to bow out as a Scottish Cup winner. Apart from last weekend, obviously I think Alistair Johnston was in good form. Greg Taylor will be on the other side, and then I think Liam Scales is going to walk back into the team to play beside Cameron Carter-Vickers. Will Rocky keep him out of the team? Did he do enough to keep him out of the team, or will Liam Scales walk back in? Callum McGregor could return to the starting lineup. A lot of people are saying that he probably came back a bit too early. Will Tomoki Iwata anchor the midfield instead, and will Matt O'Reilly and Rio Hatate, they will get a start for definite. And then it comes down to the wingers. The only position that's really questionable today is where and if Callum McGregor starts, and if Rio, for me, it's going to be if Tomoki Iwata then drops out. When it comes to the wing, when it comes up front, you're going to start Kyogo, because Kyogo loves Hampden. He loves that big pitch. Lewis Palmer, the fact that, yes, mi amigo, mi hermanes, since the one and only. That was a cracking interview yesterday. I just totally lost my flow there. There was a cracking interview there. It was interesting because South American Spanish is completely different. It's completely different to Spanish. It is completely different. I suppose it's a bit like a Geordie talking to somebody from London. Anyway, Nico Kuhn will probably play on the other side, and it will be, in case will Yang start, or will James Forrest get a start? I don't think James Forrest will get a start. There's a bit of a clamber during the week for James Forrest to get a start. I think it'll be Hart, Johnson, Carter, Vickers, Scales, Taylor. I think if McGregor is back to any decent level of fitness, I don't think he was fully fit the last game, but if he's back to a different level of fitness and the importance of this game, and because he knows how to win at Hampden, Callum McGregor will sit back in that holding midfield role with Rio Hatate and Matt O'Reilly playing just in front of him. On the wing, I think the fact that Celtic rolled out Louis Palma yesterday for the one and only Emilio Izaguirre to interview him in Spanish, which was fantastic. And I felt like I was watching some home TV. It was good. I think Lewis Palmer might get the nod due to the big wide pitch at Hampden, and Nico Kuhn has done enough to maintain his position in the team. And then it'll be Kyogo up front, because Kyogo loves a goal at Hampden. When it comes to the bench, I think it's going to be pretty much as normal for the bench. Probably the same as last week, except Tomoki Iwata might head down to the bench. And it'll all depend on how much game time Adam Ida gets. What do you think the score will be today? I'm going to go for 2-0 Celtic. It's either going to go Aberdeen's always a tight game, but because it's Hampden and because they really have to come out and have a go, they can't sit back. They're going to have to really have a go. I think there's going to open up spaces for Celtic, and it's either going to be 2-0 or maybe even 4-0 or 4-1 Celtic. I think it could be on a cracking day for all. If you're going to the game today, drop us a comment. Tell us what pub you're going to before the game today. If you are going to the game today, have a fantastic day. I know what Hampden is like. I've got many videos that are popping up on my timeline from years gone by going to Hampden, and there's lots on this channel. I might pop up a few of my older videos today. But anyway, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans. There will be a live before the game, an hour and 15 minutes before the game today, as the team is announced. I'm not sure where that live will come from, whether it comes from the studio or if it comes from a pub. And then there'll be a live after the game today also. And on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world.